I'll get stuck in first. Hi, Rhys, how are you doing?
Yeah.
What sort of nick are you in? How are you looking at the season? And what are your personal aims as well as those of the Ospreys?
Say that again, mate. You broke up then.
Sorry. What sort of nick are you in? How are you looking forward to the season? What are your personal aims? And what are those of the aims of the Ospreys?
Yeah, no, I've had a brilliant pre-season. It's nice to get a good pre-season under my belt. Obviously, boys we had a good season last year, and it's good just to come in refreshed and everyone hungry to go and get some more this season. But yeah, personally, I'm feeling good condition, and just chomping to the bit now to get stuck into the new season. Like you said, we had a good season last year compared to the one before, and I think we're heading in the right direction as a team, as a squad, as a unit, and yeah, we're just ready to go now.
Toby seems to have made a real big impression and certainly changed the culture of the place. Would that be a fair assumption?
Yeah, definitely. He's obviously, he's come in and he's done a wonderful job, and it's great to see all the players and all the staff working with him and believing in his process. And saw glimpses of it last season, some of our performances on the pitch, but we were happy, but weren't really satisfied with that. And like you said, we all come back in pre-season hungry and ready to go.
And he's made some good signings, but more importantly, all those youngsters who played last year and got blooded in the hard school of the what was the Pro 14 should be that much better for that experience this time.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously last year, obviously the first season with Toby and Brock having their stamp on things. And like you said, yes, a lot of youngsters got blooded last year, but a lot of them hadn't played in front of crowds yet. So it's brilliant for them this season now. Obviously, we've noticed in pre-season with the crowds coming in, we just want to continue them youngsters expressing themselves now in the new URC tournament and ready to go.
It must be great to be throwing a ball to Gareth Anscombe again.
Yeah, it's wonderful to see him back. Obviously, I've had my fair share of injuries, but him having been out for 2 years, obviously his strength and resilience to come back after people doubting him, but to come back in the condition he has. And yeah, it was great to see him on the pitch last weekend, but just having his knowledge and experience around the place can help our young tens coming through and help the environment as a whole.
Can maybe Welsh fans and us media maybe look at a halfback axis from the Ospreys challenging the establishment a bit further up in the international fold?
Look, to be honest, just obviously speaking on behalf of myself, it'd just be great just to get back on the pitch now, playing in front of fans. It's something I missed, and something I strongly believe gives me a good buzz when I play. I get that extra 1% from having the crowds there watching, and I'm just looking forward to playing week in, week out for the Ospreys. Obviously, a lot of young nines coming through the Ospreys, keep me on my toes. So good competition for places, and yeah, for Gareth as well. It's obviously a dream of his to get back in that setup, but I think let's not look too soon and let him focus, let him play his game, and hopefully he can continue to put performances in for the Ospreys.
Thank you for answering. We had to ask. Finally, when was the last time you put the ball into a scrum straight?
Last week. The rules, there's no feeding allowed. So yeah, last week I put the ball in straight.
It's been an incredible situation for scrum halves, hasn't it? I mean, when you first started, you would potentially get hauled up occasionally for putting the ball in crooked, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would. Yeah, yeah. It's different ways and techniques around it, I suppose. But obviously, just watching the game as of late, there is you see a little bit more. But yeah,
it got to a farcical position, didn't it?
I think it's just easier if we kind of go to a rugby league style and just get the ball in the back of the 8's feet and just play some rugby.
Well, there is that. I don't think the grunters up front with Tom Francis won't be having that. You know?
No, you're right. Yeah, they probably won't be happy with that because that's their bread and butter. But I think for a crowd and the exciting backs we've got, I think we'd much prefer that.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see if you put it in straight this year.
Yeah,
thank you anyway.
Let me know if I don't.
Yeah. All right. Oh, we'll be shouting. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Thanks, fella.
Thank you very much.
Rhys, how's it going?
How's things? You okay?
Good. You spoke of the improvements made last season. If you continue on that trajectory, how Can you surprise a few people this season then?
Yeah, look, just elaborating on that a little bit. It's just obviously we put in a lot of good performances. We had a few away wins, obviously against Leinster was a big one for us. Just from a young squad, just having that belief we can go away and we can beat teams like that. But it's about doing it week in, week out. And obviously, it's just talking about opportunities. Well, we created a hell of a lot of opportunities last year, but just didn't finish them. So obviously now the boys have had that experience. They can learn from that. We know now we don't have many opportunities in the game, and when we do have them, we have to take them. And like I said, we've got a lot of exciting players in our team, and it's about just giving them a license really to express themselves, not to go into their shell. If they've got some skill and pace that other people haven't got, and for me personally, it's just about backing them. Just when they have the ball, they can light it up, and that's what I want to see, and that's what more importantly the fans want to see as well.
Yeah, and those youngsters will experience something different this season with fans back. Rodney Parade as well. They're always quite vocal there. How much are you looking forward to that opening fixture?
Oh yeah, it's brilliant, mate. Just like I said earlier, just having the fans back in the stadium is a huge factor. Like I said, playing my first professional game was 17, and I've always been brought up having crowds there, and I thrive on that. You know, I thrive on the biggest stage, and I love having the big crowds. That's where you want to play in front of these people, and yeah, like I said, we'll be speaking to the youngsters now, not to get dragged into it, especially Rodney Parade. They can be a bit hostile and quite chatty, but it's about the boys just controlling their emotions and staying in the game, staying in the play, and trying to obviously silence them from the start.
Just finally from you, Rhys, the new law variations, what are your thoughts on them?
Yeah, obviously the 50-20 is quite an exciting one. Obviously, a lot of teams will obviously be covering the backfield quite a lot now, which means there's more space in the front line to play rugby, to throw the ball around a little bit more. But it's just finding that balance now. Obviously, when the fullback wingers are back, when they're up, and just being smart. And yeah, what's the other one? The goal line dropout. I think, yeah, that's good. Happy.
Lovely stuff. Thanks, Rhys. Appreciate it.
Yes.
And putting the ball in straight. Don't forget that one.
Always, mate. Always with me.
Any more questions for Rhys, guys?
Yeah, Rhys, how you doing? It's John Fallon from Media West Ireland here. Can I just ask you about two guys who have joined you with Irish connections, Jack Regan, who's come a long journey via New Zealand, and Will Hickey, who I think Mike Ruddock would have spotted it and developed in Dublin. How have those two boys settled in, and what are they going to add to the Ospreys this season?
Yeah, they've settled in well. Obviously, I caught a bit of Jack Regan games for the Highlanders last year, and he's a very good signing for us. The way he plays the game, he likes to take that ball, like he can pass with both hands. He plays what's in front of him. He backs his skill set as well, and he's a great addition to the squad. And to keep obviously competition for places is huge, and he's great in the line-out as well. So he's a huge signing for the Ospreys. And obviously with Will I think Will's a little bit younger, so he's still in that development sort of process. But yeah, they're both settling really well. They're both training with us week in, week out. And yeah, I think Will's just obviously with COVID, he didn't play a lot of rugby last year. But yeah, hopefully he can get a run of games now, maybe with one of the teams in the Welsh Premiership or something, just to get that game time, and then again pushing in the Osprey squad.
Yeah, are you aware that Jack's dad was quite a famous hurler here, a GA player? Has he told you anything about that? Or
no, I seen him hitting the ball around. He was hitting the ball around in training last week, so he hasn't mentioned anything yet.
Yeah, he will.
Maybe we can bring him up on it.
Indeed. Listen, the best of luck, and thank you.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Yeah. Thank you.
Rhys, just one from me. With the new format where you'll be ranked directly against your fellow Welsh regions in the Welsh Conference, does that give you a bit of extra motivation going into the season?
Yeah, look, to be honest, I've said earlier, it's with the crowds back and everything like that. It's just nice to be playing again with crowds there. Whoever we play is going to be a huge game and an exciting game. But yeah, obviously having the regions up first sort of game is it makes it even more excited. But obviously for us as players, we try and control those emotions, and obviously the fans will do the talking then.